everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you my fall polish picks for 2018. I was invited to join a collab, so I am collaborating with a bunch of other ladies. I'm going to leave a list in the description box that includes their social media accounts. So if you're interested in discovering new nail accounts, whether they're Instagram or YouTube, I definitely recommend you check out the list. I think it's a great way to discover new. So today I'm going to be focusing just specifically on fall in general. I was going to include some Halloween polish picks as well, but that would bring me up to upwards of like 20 polishes, and I had to cut somewhere. So I'm going to break them up. If you are interested in seeing a Halloween polish picks video, let me know. I really want to do it, but not if you guys aren't interested. So let's just move on to the fall polishes. So I'm going to start off with the mainstream polishes first. The first one I have here is actually just a top coat. This is Essie's Matte About You. It's a matte top coat. I think it's a really good one as well. I've come across some matte top coats that didn't give me a true matte finish. They were more demi-matte, and I've also come across other ones that give me like a really dry effect, and that's not really what I'm seeking. I was seeking more of like a velvety look, and I think this is what Essie's Matte About You gives you. I just really like it. I know it's a little bit more pricey, but I think it's worth the money. So I have 3 Sinful colors polishes to share with you. The first one is Spellbound. This is a part of their recent Halloween collection for 2018. That collection was filled with a lot of re-promotes, but this was not one of them. It's this periwinkle purple that's packed with iridescent glitter. It does dry matte, so I would definitely recommend that you use a top coat if you choose to pick this one up. I like that Sinful colors switch things up with this collection by adding such a light color, because this is actually a color that I would see them bringing out, or a lot of brands bringing out during the springtime. The formula was a little bit thin. It was slightly chunky. It wasn't a problem for me at all, so it did require 3 coats. Next one is Brave. This comes from Sinful Colors' recent back to school collection. This is kind of like a darker orange, kind of terracotta shade. All of the polishes, I think save for 3, are all matte, so this does dry down matte. It isn't a color that I really think looks all that great against my skin tone, but I've been really into nail stamping, and I think that if I did some nail stamping over this, it'll look a little bit better. And this shade looks just perfect for fall. I mean, the color screams fall to me. It just reminds me of leaves in general. I got this one opaque in 2 coats. It wasn't difficult. I know a lot of people have difficulty applying matte polishes, but I don't think that this is one that you will have a hard time with. And the last Sinful colors that I chose is Renegade. This is from the same back to school collection as Brave. This is just a matte brown. I haven't really been all that into browns, but I've recently have found myself really eyeing them. So I definitely wanted to include a matte brown. This had a similar formula to Brave. I got it fully opaque in 2 coats, and once again, I don't think that anybody will have difficulty applying this one. The next 2 are recent Sally Beauty purchases. The first one I actually just shared with you guys here recently, and this is China Glaze's Mustard the Courage. Yet another color that I don't think looks all that good against my skin tone. However, I'm going to make it happen. It's going to work. I did do some stamping with it this week, and I'm really excited about it. I really like yellow, and so it does disappoint me a little bit that this doesn't look all that good on me, but I'm going to wear it anyways. I'm going to do some nail stamping. I'm going to make it look good. The formula on this is fantastic. Yellows are notorious for having difficult formulas. This is not one of them. I think that it's because this one leans a lot of it brown. It's definitely a yellow, because you can see a lot of brown in it, and the brush on this is so much better than any of the other China Glaze brushes that I've come across. I hope that that means that China Glaze is changing out their brushes for this shorter, wider, more paddle-like brush. I don't know. We'll see in the coming months, but I hope they are making a switch. Either way, I'm going to be using this polish. It's fantastic, fully opaque in 2 coats. And the last mainstream polish comes from Fair Paints. This is Surreal Sunset. This is not a color that I would typically choose. In fact, I was surprised myself to see me eyeing it in Sally's, but when I was looking at it, I was thinking this would be perfect for a stamping mani, and I have a few ideas in my mind. Hopefully they execute as well on my nails as they seem to in my mind. I think we've all been there. Things don't always turn out the way that we want them to, but I think this one really will. This in the bottle looks like it shifts from like this darker orange to a gold to a green. I don't know if it's because of this bottle that maybe is catching the light a little bit differently, but I don't see the green on my nail. Either way, I think for what I want to use it for, I think it's going to look good. This does have a thin formula. It's essentially a clear base. I mean, it has the slightest bit of tint, but it's essentially clear, and it's packed with these metallic, really small metallic glitters. So I mean, it did require 3 coats, but it wasn't difficult at all. If I were not to include any Noodles nail polishes in this video, I would be lying, because there's probably not a week that goes by where I don't wear Noodles nail polish. So I have 4 here I want to share with you. This is obviously not all of the ones that I want to wear, but here's just a little peek into the ones that I think are just perfect for fall time. The first one is Broom Hair Don't Care. This is a part of the Noodles Nail Polish Halloween trio that's actually releasing today, the day that you're seeing this, at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. This is a plummy purple. It has a jelly base. There's black and orange glitter in there, along with a bunch of silver hollow flakes. I love those flakies. I love hollow flakes. This is one of those polishes where, I mean, I don't get distracted too much by my polish in public, but this is one of those polishes that while I was wearing it out in public, I just couldn't stop looking at my nails. It's just so gorgeous. The formula is fantastic, fully opaque in 2 coats. The next one is a little bit similar to that one. I think they have the same colored base, but they are definitely different on the nail. This is Autumn Splendor. This released in the fall collection, so it is still available on the website. This is just a perfect feminine fall color. I mean, I've said this before about Noodles nail polish, about another polish I'm going to be talking about, in that it has this definite fall vibes, but it has a feminine take on it, and I really like that. I don't see it too often, but it just fits the bill so well if you like that kind of thing. If you want a little bit of a feminine touch, but it to still be fall, I think that Autumn Splendor is a good one for that. This also has a really good formula, opaque for me, in 2 coats. Along the same lines of feminine fall twist, the next one is Berries and Cream. I talked about this one so much in 2017. It's gorgeous, and I don't think that I've seen any other Corellies quite like this with this color combination, but it seems so simple, so it seems like there would be more. Maybe I just missed it, but this is a off-white creamy base. It has what looks like maybe burgundy, pink, and gold glitters. I adore this so much. If you're looking for a Corelli with chunky glitters like this that has a feminine fall twist, I think this is perfect for that. And it also has a great formula. I don't have problems with the Noodles nail polish Corellies at all. I've only ever had to apply up to 3 coats, but typically they're only 2 coaters, and this one is a 2 coater. And the last one is one that I wore a couple weeks back. This is Fall Back in Love. This is a recreation of a polish that Natalie had done before. This originally came out as just a topper. This year she decided to bring it back in a white Corelli base, and we all know how I feel about my white Corelli bases. This has orange and gold hex glitters in different sizes, and there's also chunky heart glitters. I love the heart glitters. If you don't want the heart glitters in here though, they're easy to avoid. There's enough that you can get them on the brush. They're not difficult to get out, but there's also not so much where they're hard to avoid. This is another great Corelli from Noodles, opaque in 2 coats. A while back, I placed a 9-0 order, and one of the polishes that I picked up is S'more Hollow. This is a kind of taupey purple that has linear hollow in it, fine linear hollow in it. This is one of those polishes that I would put in my cart and then pull back out. I didn't commit until, like I said, a little while back, and I'm glad that I finally did. Lately, I've been tossing in palette cleansers throughout the week. I've been wearing a lot of glitter heavy, as I typically do, polishes, and I find that sometimes I'm just seeking something a little bit more subdued, and this is one of those polishes that I think is going to be good for that. The formula was really good. It was really easy to apply. I got this one fully opaque in 2 coats, and this is one of those polishes that I think you can wear at any time. It's appropriate for any occasion. This next one is from Anchor and Heart Lacquer. This is called So Cozy. This was a September 2017 polish pickup exclusive. It did come back in, I believe it was July. It was the fan favorites month. I skipped it yet again. I was very indecisive, and then I kicked myself in the butt right after when it was pulled off the site. But just recently I found it in a D-stash, and I snatched it up as quickly as I could. This is a gray that has linear hollow. There's also gold and I want to say copper hex glitters, but there's a scattering of these kind of chunkier flakies that shift from, I think it's like gold orange to like a red shade. It is so pretty, and I think the name fits this one so well. When I look at this, I just think of like a blanket or like plaid, specifically on flannel. on flannel material, it really does look really cozy. And those chunkier flakies that shift remind me of leaves. They really look like leaves, especially when they shift to that kind of orange and red shade. This does have a thin formula. I wasn't expecting for the formula to be so thin, but it was. I think I can understand why, because there are those flakies, there are those glitters, those smaller hex glitters, but there is a linear hollow shift to this as well, which is something that I didn't see in the swatch photos. So I was excited to see that kind of touch when I got it in hand. So this one did require 3 coats. But you guys, I love gray. I'm all about gray. If I could just have all the gray polishes, I would love to. Gray and Crelly. If I could just have them all, I would be very happy. Like I said, this one did require 3 coats to get up to full opacity, but it's gorgeous. It's beautiful on the nail. These last 2 are from my recent polish pickup order from September 2018. The first one comes from Polish for Days, and this is cute as a button. It was inspired by Coraline. This isn't your standard fall polish, but I'm not gonna lie, I want to wear the polishes that I picked up during polish pickup, so I'm definitely including this one. You're definitely gonna see it. It has kind of like this sheer blue base, but it's filled with flakies that shift. I think they shift from green, blue to purple, and it's also packed with those silver hollow flakies. I love them. Like I said earlier, I love them so much. I think Polish for Days definitely has a signature look, and I really like what they're coming out with. Because the base on this was sheer, it did require 3 coats. It was a little bit difficult to work with. Those chunky flakes were moving around a bit, so I had to be sure to let each layer dry thoroughly. And when I did that, it wasn't so difficult for me. And the last one comes from Wildflower Lacquer. This is Horrific Harlequins. It's a purple. It kind of looks like a royal purple under direct light, but it's filled with what I think are the same flakies that are in So Cozy from Anchor and Heart Lacquer. I really like those flakies, and the combination of the purple and those flakies look really, really good. I've said this about a previous polish, but I wouldn't think to put orange and purple together, but I think they work well together, especially if you're going for a fall effect. This does have a really good formula. I got this one opaque in 2 coats. I saw this matte on the Polish Pickup website, and I was super excited to see it matte, so that's probably how I'm going to end up wearing it. So that wraps it up. Those are the polishes that I wanted to share with you guys today. Be sure to check the description box. There are a lot of ladies that are joining this collab. They're going to be uploading these videos throughout the day if they haven't done it already, so be sure to subscribe if they haven't. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!